13-11 in front in the clearances, but 10 scoring shots out of 14 entries. The Swans forward third is well on top.
Started the second term then in the preliminary final. Pendlebury shakes his way clear, goes out towards right half forward. Leading back in the race for Solo, in his hip pocket there is Smith. Interesting battle. The ball is secondary. For Solo went to ground eventually. It falls forward, taken by Jolly, immediately claimed by O'Keefe. Jolly, a very hard man to bring down.
Thanks, Darren. Thank you.
So a bounce right on the 50. Good bounce too. Pretty soft surface. Jolly again into the path of Pendlebury. Thomas ricochets off Mumford, goes out wide towards the boundary. The All-Australian beams, pulls it back towards full forward. Swans line up. Good protection given to Shaw, I think, by Reid coming over the top. Not really intent on going for the footy.
Dennis.
Yeah, Richards no good.
Richards flew for the mark, but pulled down, came down sore.
He was one of 3 Swans in the pack, so that's not good. Here's Reid. He's got the ball on the outer side. Looks down the line. Long ball beyond the wing. Pike's in front. Hands to it. Couldn't take the mark. Pendlebury, his second possession already of the term. Down goes O'Keefe. Gives it to Jack. Jack looked to a man very close. That was Plack. Realised he wasn't the chosen one. They battle after it. Beams at the base of the pack. Still that ball to release. Pike's over it. Just look at the blue boots. Ball gets away from him. Like Kennedy with wonderful strength. Brushes aside a couple of would-be tacklers and kicks it down towards half forward.
But some sure hands there. Great mark. So both the Shaws doing well. Yeah, Richards still struggling down back. Of course, LRT's the swing man, but right now you wouldn't want to take him out of the forward line, would you?
He's gone on to Dawes. You might figure they've both got bung knees. It'll be a good matchup.
So Shaw out wide finds Swan. Brett Kirk with us. Kirky, what's been the difference so far?
I think inside the contest in that coalface it's so even, but where the Swans are able to expose them at the moment is through their defensive stoppages. The midfield is pushing so hard and then getting the Collingwood over the top. That defender needs to drop back a bit further.
So Wellingham. So Collingwood with a careful game here, playing that boundary line. Here is Dawes. Teddy Richards, by the way, has played more game time percentage-wise than any other player in the competition, so they're used to having him out there. So it would be a huge blow. Goldsack, they all go down. Can he keep it in? Goldsack, well done. Cloak gets his second, and Collingwood bridge the gap again. Bit too easy, that one, eh?
I'll say it was 3-on-1, so despite the fact one of the Collingwood players in the goal square fell down, still ample time. And there's the doctor out again to Richards. So this is something that we'll have to watch closely now because it could be game determining. Parker is the sub. Luke Parker. Good on baller, but that's not what they need.
And you just see the contest there. Like Cloak's got the ability to go back up, but he actually ragdolled Heath Grundy and recovered first. Grundy was on the deck, and got to worry about a backline for the Swans without Ted Richards functioning properly.
Obviously, he's the chosen one, Goldsack. He's the master of those balls on the line. He goes after them every time. O'Keefe in trouble, comes across towards Kennedy. Kennedy out wide. It's a race back. Thomas leads that race. Across the body he goes. Johnson on the angle. Read it very nicely. Slips it to McVeigh, involved earlier in the contest for the initial ball. Now it's Matner. Matner does well. O'Keefe. Spring heel Jack. Great tackle. Got him down. Gave it across towards Matner, though, nevertheless. Kicks it towards half forward. Pike was in front. Had it fisted away. Mumford. Look out. Mumford bearing down, but left the footy behind. In goes Bolton. He was tackled by Johnson. Swans in there. Wins a hard ball, but it's an errant kick and goes out of bounds on the full.
So Swanee kicking it out, so the Swans will get it back. Just a moment ago, they just couldn't get the ball to a left footer on the right side with those handballs. It was Matner and O'Keefe, and they were just on that wrong side. Here is O'Keefe. So his 20th final. He's played the 5th most number of games by any South Melbourne stroke Swan. So 3 of the top 5 ever are out there tonight. John Rantel between him and the 3, which include Mickey O'Loughlin, Goods, who's got the ball, and Bolton. McVeigh, who's been in stellar form. Swan on to him. McVeigh's handball good to Mumford. Back to Kennedy. Kennedy's handball asks a lot of McVeigh. Thomas back to Kennedy. And then Kennedy did well to Shaw, who likes to run hard. Will he get it back, Shaw? He does, but he ran into a dead end. Back to McVeigh. McVeigh off a step to fall forward. Reid and LRT. And LRT. The blue chip LRT.
Well, he just leaned on Ben Reid. He leaned on his back and Reid went forward, but the umpire adjudicated it wasn't forceful enough to be a push in the back, so he's been terrific value, Roberts Thompson.
Until at quarter time, Kirky reminded me that he nearly got the Norm Smith medal when Juddy won it in 2005, so he likes an occasion, doesn't he? Could he match Cloak with the second here and give them a good lead? No. So they've missed a few. They have missed a few.
I think 1 or 2 out of bounds as well.
Yep. Yeah, they have, yeah.
I think so. They've been sloppy in their finishing.
John Longmire, premiership player in '99 with North in his 200th game. Short one to the pocket. This is Beams. Beams, his 12th possession. Short of the wing, Mumford in best position, just pushes back off Jolly. Always his ball. Malcheski, left footer, breaks away, kicks it back inside their forward line, off hands, about 25 metres out from goal. Beams, O'Brien running out of space. Kennedy did well, so did O'Brien, tied it up for a while. Eventually Bird hooks and just misses. That was a good effort. He was really under pressure. And Bird knew exactly where the goals were. Or just about. He was out by about a metre. Reid stretches, takes the mark.
Did it so well, and then a good kick coming back. And on hands and knees and sliding in. It's Pike to take the mark. Gee, Reid was very good there at full pace.
Well, the Swans are really preempting where Collingwood want to bring the ball outside their defensive 50. No, they want to play the boundary, I should say. They're almost giving them the corridor and then anticipating the cutoff. And Sam Reid, as a forward, played his role exceptionally well there.
This is his 17th consecutive game, Pike. That's a lot for him.
I reckon he's experienced enough to know this is a real pressure kick because his teammates keep missing. Maybe he's more relaxed.
Well, he hasn't kicked a goal in a final. He hasn't played a lot of finals. This is his 4th. And that's a bad helicopter, isn't it? Wouldn't want to be on that one. So you just wonder, how does this impact at the end of the night? Because these are big wasted chances.
So the margin 17. He's sure to bring it in.
So accurate too against. Sorry, Dennis. They didn't miss a goal against the Crows from a set shot 2 weeks ago.
Turvey comes along the line. It bounces just inside the field of play. Taken by Dawes. Vasolo runs on. Searching kick down towards half forward. In front was Cloak. Knocked away by Grundy. And the ball goes out of bounds. Now, Doc Larkins is down on the boundary. Obviously, the story is all about Ted Richards.
Yeah, look, certainly Ted has jarred the knees running out there, but each time he gets into a contest, he comes up sore. He's going to struggle, so I think they're really just buying time with him at the moment.
Thanks for that, Peter. So well done by Jack, and then had to butter up. Now Pike sets himself. Terrific spoil at the back came from Brown. Strong tackle on Jack. Swan couldn't get the kick away. Gee, Morton was good there. Bird over the top. Kennedy a goal kicker. Does it go? It does. Powerful kick from 50. He's kicked 2. Well, he might win the Brownlow on Monday night. I mean, he's just had a remarkable year, and he's having a big final series.
He has been fantastic since he came to the Swans from Hawthorn a few years ago. It's been a win-win all round, really. I don't know whether... Yeah, I guess Hawthorn would be better with Josh Kennedy, but they've got Mitchell, they've got Searle, but he's been magnificent for the Swans, and yeah, rightly one of the Brownlow medal fancies, all Australian for the first time.
Really important pressure there. Richo made comment about Morton's value, that he really has to provide that forward pressure. Did so on that occasion. The ball spilling to Kennedy. He's having some sort of a game.
11 possessions now. Mumford backhands it down. Coming off the line was Goods. That was clever. If that was his intention, gave it to McVeigh, who kicks it down towards half forward. Spills wide of the pack. The run of the veteran. Bolton takes it inside the 50. Reid left it behind. Blair taking no chances. Sock is off the ground. Malcheski, though. Reid is in the clear. Under pressure, as it turned out, because Sinclair came through the interchange gates and the kicker's gone out of bounds on the full. I think Malcheski thought he was clear. So did I, but Sinclair really got the afterburners on. Here's Thomas. Had a purple patch midway through the opening term. Through his marking, if you don't mind. Goes across the front of goal. O'Brien Almost sold himself into trouble. That truly was arching the back. Gets away. A couple of bounces. Runs it up towards half-back. A high ball towards the wing. This will be interesting. The two dinosaurs go at it. Falls in front. Cracker for Solo. Well, he slammed the ball there into Jolly. Taken by O'Keefe. Picked on there by Pike. Hand pass from Hanbury. Gives it to Bird. Awkward half volley. Coming up on the lead, Roberts Thompson. He battles after the football. Reed's in there. And we'll have a ball up.
He's taken him on Harry O'Brien, hasn't he? Twice he's just been able to evade the tackle. He backed himself then.
They're a bit cute there, the Swans. They should have used one of the left footers and not Bird, I reckon, with the handball. They were on for the big goal. Goods and Thomas, well played, Thomas. And then Swan getting a bit on it to centre wing. Gold sack will let it roll out and a boundary throw in.
One thing noticeable down here is Collingwood just cannot take a mark and play on quickly. The Swans are holding them up. That's why they just can't get any fluent movement into the forward line.
Gee, that was a bad boundary throw in. Mumford did well. Jack did it really well. Hanbury on that left side. Kicks to half forward. Shaw, well played. Takes the mark on Bird. It was a dangerous kick because Shaw's such a good one-on-one player. Now, Cracker, can he get into the picture here? Richards, this will test him. Cracker takes him down. Malcheski, Hanbury in heavy traffic. Well played to Shaw. Releases him. Goods on his own for a moment in the centre. And Teddy Richards picks himself up.
Yeah, he passed the test. Cracker was the last man to get up after that collision. Rather ruefully along the line. This is O'Keefe. He's getting busy too.
What was impressive about that, Dennis, was he was able to trail Dawes up the whole time and his speed looked okay, then came back and affected the hit on Cracker. It was inspirational stuff from Richards.
Well done by Bolton. Played it against the leg. Not his intention to get the free, but he got one. Keith Shaw was bearing down. It may have been Benny Johnson, not sure, doesn't matter. Ball inside the forward 50 from behind it. Swan taken by Blair on the bounce. Sweeping hand pass out wide. Here's Shaw. Looks back towards the middle. Spotted his man well, and Jolly's got it. Just forward of half back. Tuvey calling for it in the middle. Decides to ignore that. Beckons a man to come forward. Sends a long one towards Cloak. Over the top, Malcheski punches towards the boundary and gets it out, tantalisingly close to Cracker, who was closing in. Whoa.
Because Cracker, of course, has done the remarkable job of coming back after the big injury, so he tested himself a bit there as well, but Richards got through. Well played O'Keefe to Jack. Jack's got really busy after a quiet first little bit. O'Brien couldn't quite. Goods had 10 disposals in the opening quarter. Heath Shaw's been just terrific. He belts it wide. Collingwood have got all the numbers here. Side bottom couldn't quite. Jack will do well if he can hold it in. He couldn't. Side bottom played it well to Blair, to Cloak. Cloak's kicked a couple already. Wheels around. Goes with a long ball. Inside 50. Dawes the target. Did he have his hand held onto? Malcheski asks a bit of Matner and Richards. Again, Teddy under the pump. Drops it out. Pendlebury-like maybe. And then Matner gets the ball back, but not far. And Blair does the right thing because this bloke can go all the way from here.
They're keen to actually get up in the aerial contest in defence, the Swans, but every now and again they spoil each other in the air. Then they're out. They've got the pressure on them at ground level, but they're trying to make sure Collingwood don't get anything like a one-on-one mark deep forward.
He has kicked 6 at this stadium, Cloak, and that bending, and it was a monster kick. So a couple to Cloak tonight and a miss, but a big miss. So they're half the score at the moment. It's 44-22.
Malcheski stabs one up the middle, taken by McVeigh to Grundy. Grundy drives it long towards the wing. Collingwood in best position. Ben Reid coming across. Will it stay in for him? Yes, it does. No, it doesn't. He carries the ball out of bounds. The ball itself didn't bounce out. He controlled it, then took it out.
Gee, they're happy, the Swans, aren't they, to kick the ball over the top into space, and just every now and again they feel they can run onto it, and that's their attacking method.
Midway through the second term, Collingwood needing the next goal. O'Keefe, 15 possessions now. Kicks inside the forward 50. Well, almost. Down goes Goods. Umpire says throw it in. Right in his hip pocket was Reid.
O'Keefe up to 16 disposals, going basically head-to-head with Dane Beams, who leads the Collingwood midfielders with 13.
So their boundary throw in. So Wellingham, good tackle. LRT Ball up. Tim, down to you, mate.
It just had to happen at some stage. Collingwood were going to test Teddy Richards. They've done that, but now Sydney are about to make the move. Dawes went off the ground. Fasolo then was picked up by Richards, who went to full forward to isolate him.
Now he's on Swan. That kick by McVeigh. Now Goods against the flow. Big fly by Goods was effective, and a boundary throw in.
Good contest by Goods. 2 Collingwood players. Got to bring it to ground, create the stoppage in the forward pocket.
So it's Pike and Dawes doing the ruck. Mumford well rove though by Wellingham. There's play on Hanna-Bree. Tuvey got an important touch. Bird back to Shaw. Now can he create here, Shaw? Nice kick to Grundy. But Grundy's got a lot of black and white in front of him between he and the goal.
Very territorial there, Heath Grundy, almost marking his spot where he took it. Looks down inside the 50. Told to play on, sends a high ball then. Kennedy with the run, up he goes, almost the mark too. Got hands to it, spilt off. In fact, it may have been Pike who had the run there in the blue boots. Here's Grundy, about 60 metres out from goal. Tackled and taken to ground by Cloak. Will have a ball up.
Stand up, boys.
Josh Kennedy doesn't look out of place as a key forward there, Lee, does he?
Well, he's almost the size of a key forward, and he's certainly really confident above his head to jump at the footy.
That was him with the big leap, was it?
Yep.
Pike was in the pack as well, so yeah, Kennedy doing no favours to his teammates, but he almost pulled down that mark, and now it's holding the ball, and it's going against Kennedy, the man we're praising.
Drag it under and stood up. You must dispose of it. Play on.
Pendlebury goes a long way back then. Ben Reid can't go on his right, so thinking about coming back on his left, decided to hand pass instead. Running himself into a triangulation there was Harry. Gave it to Johnson, though. Johnson spots his mate Swan. Swan looks for Beams, told to play on. Maybe forced to go to Beams. Runs himself in and out of trouble now, Swan. Not a good kick, though. Bounces it inside the forward 50. Maybe it was smarter than I knew. Down goes side bottom. Great tackle by Smith. Not easy when the man loses his balance and you still apply the perfect tackle.
Really good defence.
Oh, that's terrific.
Really great defensive work from Richards on the mark with Swan. Just creating indecision because the Swans halfback are able to set up on their terms and create a loose man, which applies some visual pressure for the Pies.
Fasolo was filthy on side bottom there. He was on for the handball going past. Side bottom came back inside. Probably thinking it was a better move and didn't turn out that way. McVeigh to centre wing. Pendlebury. They're going to ask so much of him tonight. Shaw providing plenty of intercepts and run and carry. Kicks to centre half forward. Could Swan take the mark? Almost. Now Richards confronted. Well played, Matt. Now good sweeping to Shaw. Shaw asking for some protection. Johnson provides it. The kick to Bolton is not good. It was always going to go with the leg. He didn't play the percentages well at all. And then Thomas does play the percentages. A brilliant smother, though, by Johnson, and a boundary throw-in. Collingwood holding hard here. I mean, Sydney, handy lead, we know that, but Collingwood have staked their place in the ground right now and refuse to go away.
Pendlebury sharks the knock from Pike and just edges it in for a behind.
No, Scott Pendlebury's working for his footy at the moment. He's had 13 disposals, 11 of those contested. The Swans really intent on closing in on his space, making sure he hasn't any space to work in, because that's where he's most dangerous.
Well, both teams have had 35 tackles apiece. That's an indication it's a hot footy. When you get it, you're going to be tackled.
Matner, the long ball out then. Pike is the target. Jolly there with him. Between the pair of them, they get it out of bounds. 16 minutes since Collingwood's last goal. 10 since the Swans last got the goal. Jolly blocking the run of Pike. Just deftly puts it down into the path of side bottom. Gave it across towards Blair. Pushed off the ball to the. Blair comes back. Hand passes to side bottom. Kicks inside the forward 50. This next goal is crucial. Well done by Richards. Gave it to Grundy. And chips out wide to Johnson. Well, full credit to the Doctors for Sydney, because they played an integral part in their lead at the moment. Getting Richards back on the ground. I would imagine the Doctors at Sydney are called the Quacks, as it's taken the defensive side of the centre circles. Long kick towards half forward, over the top, almost the mark to Jack. Getting the spoils though, and kicking towards half forward was Swan. He looks fully fit now, Richards. Run down from behind. That was his intention, I think, to be escorted across the boundary. Did that successfully.
Quick one from you, Brett. I mean, have you seen Collingwood in the sort of the spread in the centre?
Yeah, I think in the past Collingwood have had a real advantage from their spread, from stoppages and their efficiency. But at the moment, that's an area the Swans are really on top.
So Matner got it from Kennedy. This is where they've been dangerous. Brilliant handball by Bolton. Morton. O'Brien's fast, we know that. Well played, Harry. And then Reid gets in low. An important ball. Shaw playing a magnificent second quarter. Tarrant worried out of it. Reid. Morton back to Jetta. Jetta hooking brilliantly. And finds Kennedy. Oh, play on. Was it touched off the boot?
No, played on.
Oh, he played on, did he? Sorry. Missed it, Lee. And then down low and the ball up.
Yeah, he's 30 metres out, set shot. He was trying to hand pass the Swans player forward to the footy in space, but didn't get back from the mark.
Yep, well done. Took my eye off it. So what a miss by Kennedy there. It was a brilliant kick by Jetta. So Kennedy with a couple. Mumford lays it down, and Kennedy doesn't quite. That would have made up for it all in a hurry, wouldn't it?
It would have. The look on John Longmire's face said it all, didn't it?
It's interesting reading Dane Swan today. He said that the last time they played here, the Collingwood mids had played against Kennedy. Swan did said he's the strongest player they've ever played against.
Well,
Collingwood,
he's got size, hasn't he? He's actually using the size to actually be strong overhead, but when he is around the pack, he's just so big. 188 centimetres, but he almost plays taller than that even.
Boundary throw in after that short pass to Beams came unstuck. Reaching over the top plate, thumped away though by Jolly. This is Jack hooking it back. High ball towards the kickoff line. But 5 players committed to that pack. Oh, brilliant Kennedy. Got it down to Goods. That makes up for it. Something out of nothing. Josh Kennedy, a sleight of hand. And Goods, the champ, goes in and nails it. And that's a big lead. He's got his second.
Brilliant play, yeah. Great call, gentlemen. God, he's having an influence, Kennedy, isn't he?
It's keeping the ball alive, isn't it? Keep the ball. They're trying to get the ball back into the centre corridor at every opportunity and keep the ball live in their forward 50. It's clever. Kennedy's hide again. He almost missed that, Goods. He just got it through inside that goalpost.
And Kennedy threw that one.
Good up. Advantage.
So it goes to Jolly. So Sydney break the drought. It'll have been about 13 minutes since a goal either way. Beautiful kick by Fasolo, and Swan. Well, he decides to play on to Pendlebury, who's not much closer and on the angle. Interesting call that, isn't it? The left footer out wide here, where Swanee was
about the same distance,
yeah,
but from a 45-degree angle instead of straight in front. I don't know whether Pendlebury's got more distance in his kicking as a general rule.
Let's see, he's 3 goals 4 from set shots this year, so most of his goals have been on the run. He hasn't kicked a whole lot of goals this year. He's got such a great temperament. And he struck it not that well. It won't get there. Crack, a big fly. Hanbury belts the ball away, but not far enough. She got the angles all wrong there, Hanbury, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he must have. I mean, that's the thing. If he kicks it towards the boundary and it goes out, he's going to get pinged, but you still probably got to kick it 10 or 20 metres. And have a look at here. If you actually have a quick kick back down the centre corridor, that is totally hoping that your team might be on the end of it. He should have gone wide. He's Collingwood another chance.
Hasn't kicked a goal this year, Ben Johnson. And that one. I tell you what, Dennis, I reckon we would have got misses a lot. We would have got very excited if Ben Johnson was chasing Lewis Jetta tonight.
McVeigh's got it. Got it from Richards. And now Matner, as we count down towards half-time, just over 2.5 minutes to go. I think Ben Johnson may have hurt himself when he marked that last ball as well. He's trying to be brave and get to half-time as Matner drives it just short of the wing. Big pack again. We've seen a lot of that tonight. Off hands. Blair goes to Tarrant. Now Beams right on the wing. Sends it down towards half forward. Richards got a hand in there. Fasolo roving the pack alongside the centre circles up wide looking for Cloak. Closing is Grundy. Grundy went to ground. The goals will open up for Cloak. He fires and he's narrow all the way. That was a good chance. Not an easy goal to kick for the big fella. Goalless last week, 6 the week before. Golden opportunity right there.
they're more able to apply pressure, aren't they, the Swans? When Collingwood have got the ball around the middle of the ground, they're always under pressure with their kicking. The Swans are getting clear that bit more often.
Matner kicks a long one. Mumford worked in front of Jolly. Jolly wanted the body contact. Mumford stepped around him. The most impressive thing about the Swans, I reckon, Lee, is just how instinctive they are.
Yeah. And
the
they got speed too. Got speed and speed to attack and speed to defend and chase and tackle and pressure.
Great mark by Ben Reid. Crowd upset, but that was a mark, no doubting that. Reid goes along the line then, a minute and a half out from half-time. Mumford almost the mark. Crowd want that one then. Johnson gets it across to Jack from behind. Well, the half may end as it started with Roberts-Thompson doing something spectacular. That time, great leap. He's at the interchange gates. He goes down towards half-forward. Collingwood have got the numbers. Goods is the danger man. Swooping on that ball, but it was just wide of him and out of bounds. Clock stops at 1:12. That's a leap. Didn't ride on anyone. Just got there with his own bounce. Mumford again. It's been a great duel, Mumford and Jolly. Mumford tries to slap it out. Taken by Swan. Wellingham has been quiet. Gives it to Beams towards half-forward. Brilliantly read by Johnson. Gee, his confidence is on the rise in this second turn. Goes short. Finds Malcheski. Goes across the ground. Bird has been handy. He'll give it to Grundy. Grundy looks down the corridor. There's movement up ahead. The high ball inside the forward 50. Should have been a free kick to Roberts-Thompson. Not forthcoming. Collingwood dodge a bullet. Swan back to midfield. Two Swans compete there. It's all confusing, I know. Here's Richards. Richards sends the Swans back into their forward 50. Taken by McVeigh. Feigns a hand pass. Now the give. Hanbury, uncertain, dropped it. Back to McVeigh. McVeigh with the outside of the boot. Well, they muffed that one. And the mark is taken by Pendlebury. The champ is putting himself about now. Realises they're in real trouble here. Sydney looking the more accomplished side. O'Brien's been good back in defence as well. Over the top, Brown. Heathshaw, the one bounce. There's the siren. Half-time. Sydney best placed to go to the grand final, but still a long way to go. 7-9-51 to 3-6-24. It's been a frenetic first half. No easy kicks out there. Big packs around the football, both in the air and on the ground. Sydney on top then. They're up by 27 at the major break.